Folks say that you can't put a price on the past, but our next guest disagrees. Meet Leon Rosenstein, author of Antiques, The History of an Idea. He's brought some of his favorite pieces to our show today and to show us why it's not always out with the old and tell us why we like to hold on to our history. Plus, this wonderful book that you read that I'm dying to know some secrets about. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
You have been an antique dealer since 1985, and you wrote this book because of your personal passion, but then you also share in there 10 things to help people know if something really is an antique.
Right.
And what are some of those things?
Well, one of them is, for example, the subject matter. When you look at an antique and the kind of thing that makes you desire it is what it reminds you of, what you associate with its past.
Like your great-grandmother or, you know, an old family member?
Or even if it's nothing personal, because that would be more in the category of, let's say, a souvenir. But even something that you don't know its precise history, but you can imagine it. So if you want, I can point to, for example, some examples we have on the table, if you'd like.
Well, sure.
But the associations that you have with the thing, or that you imagine the past that it lives through. So the subject, its use in its past world, is the kind of thing that we like about antiques.
Okay, and you brought some examples today, like this glass horse, which you're saying was actually holding a sword.
Right. It was for a sword or a possibly a dagger, and it's Mughal. It's carved rock crystal, not glass.
It's beautiful.
And
how did you come to find out that this was, in fact, an antique?
Well, after a while, you've been in the business a long time, you begin to recognize immediately from across the room, in fact, that it's a genuine piece and exactly what it is.
Yeah, what year would this date back to?
When it comes to carved stone, it's very hard to date it precisely. You would need very elaborate equipment to be sure. But based on its style and its material, it would certainly be 19th century, could be 18th century.
Okay. And also
from North India.
From North India. Okay, we have this this beautiful picture right here in the middle of our table. And you're saying that, I believe you said, did that date back to the 17th century?
No, that's really 19th century. 19th.
Okay.
And it's a Russian icon.
A Russian icon.
Right. It's a small icon. It's a silver frame and a hand-painted depiction of Jesus Christ in the center, and it's the kind that you would carry with you rather than the kind of thing that you would have on a wall.
Maybe a good luck charm, something
sort of.
that would make you feel comforted.
Yeah, right.
Is there a price value you would put on this?
Well, it depends. For a while, the U.S. market was flooded with lots of Russian things, especially icons, and so there got to be lots of copies and reproductions and that sort of thing. But this is a genuine piece, and I would say it's worth about $700–800.
Oh my gosh! Okay, and a couple of other beautiful silver trinkets.
Yeah, one of them is actually silver plate. The one over here. It's a match case, and you can tell it's a match case rather than a pillbox because, first of all, of its shape, and second of all, because at the very bottom there are little grooves that you would strike a match. It's silver plate. You can see if you look carefully that the plating is sort of wearing off and there's little brass underneath. Some people don't like that. They would like it restored. For my taste, it's part of the history of the thing.
And this is an important time to talk about this because we have the antique show going on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're going to be there, and if people have certain items at their home, Leon, could they come up to you and ask you, hey, is this valuable? Should I hang on to this?
Sure. Actually, there is going to be a booth. I'm not going to be in that booth. I'm going to be giving lectures from 1 to 2 at the show. I'm not selling at this particular show. I have in the past. But there is an appraisal booth where people can bring things, and it's a small fee. I think it's $5 an item, but I'm not sure, where you can bring your piece and have it appraised.
Wonderful. Yeah. Again, it's the Antique Show at the Del Mar Fairgrounds this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can see Leon there. You're going to have your book, and just a fascinating book because, you know, a lot of people don't know the history behind what makes something an antique, and you've researched and exposed all of that. Right.
A lot of the book is two-thirds of it is a history of antique collecting and connoisseurship. And normally I would be selling at the show, but I have 3 spaces at the Antique Warehouse in Solana Beach.
We are out of time, but it's so wonderful to have you
thank
here.
You very much.
And we'll put all of your information on our website.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks. Tough to get your teens to mind their P's and Q's, right? But the etiquette lady knows how to set them straight. Get her tips coming up.